Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to deploy new React and Node.js app into DigitalOcean cloud hosting. I will prepare a document for deployment to DigitalOcean hosting in my GitHub profile and Node.js Reactjs chat app, and click here and we can follow step by step to set up a DigitalOcean and set up firewall, Node.js and MongoDB, and Nginx for HTTP proxy server, and right, and we deploy the app. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing we need to do is go to DigitalOcean and set up a new account. So if you don't have an account, please create a new one. The default is free and it costs you and a month later. Right, so why I recommend to DigitalOcean? Right, after a long time I have been a customer from DigitalOcean. I appreciate their service and quality, and all price very good and quality, and at the cloud hosting. Really cool, I recommend this. And they providing very well document. So okay, so let's get started to create a new account. Right, if you don't have account, let's get one. But I got it. I got one. So let's log in. This is my new account for tutorial. So once I log in, it send me an email for verify. Let's see. And got it. Let's copy the passcode and paste right here. Okay, so this is a new account. I don't have any droplets. So you can follow step by step right here. And now I'm going to create a new droplets, and this is our VPS. So I recommend select Ubuntu, right? The latest version 16.04, and right, it depends on your project, how big of your project and how many visitors you targeting. So I recommend a start of $10 or 12 or $20. It's very good. So let's pick as $20 per month. Alright. And choosing data center region. In this case, if your project and target to a visitor from United States or any region, and you can pick anyone. For this tutorial, I picked Singapore because I'm from Da Nang, Vietnam. So I just tutorial and I don't have a visitor that. So let's pick a server and near me, and so I can log in to the server quickly. Right. So you can add more, add large backup and prior networks, and so you can add new edit key. Right. You can see follow your document and you can see how to generate a new S8K. Right. Very cool documentation. Open this and you can help you how to generate edit key, and user S keys. It can help you log in via it is very easy. You don't have to enter passwords later. Okay, so in this video, I'm not going to add new my edit key. So the droplets, right, by default Z1, and the name of our server. So in this case, I'm trying to give it right Tapian tutorial. Okay, so create that. And just quite a movement, just about 1 minute. All right. Right, in this step, you can get a cup of coffee and waiting for the DigitalOcean set up for you a new droplet. Okay, here we go. This is when you see happy coding. That means your VPN is ready to use. Okay, so for now, check your email. They should send you a new information for IP address, passwords, and rules. For now, let's log in via it is. So open your command line terminal and log in by s@it rules. This is username rules and as IP address. I copy IP address and here that. Okay, it's asking for your password. So the default password. Let's copy that part here. And the first time you log into it, you're asking for change password. In this case, the current unit password. Let's copy that again and enter to this. And now we need to change the password to your new password. Confirm new password. Okay, so now the password has been changed. Okay, so let's get again to get back to document, and we need to configure the firewall. Right. Okay, configure the firewall. Right. You can see the list of firewall on your VPS. Open it is. Let's so we need to allow to port 22 right, by sudo sudo app allows sudo u app w allow open it is as is. Okay, so and allow Nginx is the next step when we disinstall Nginx is the next step. Okay, so now we enable firewall. Yes. Okay, so now it's done. You can allow a port 80 about this HTTP and set sudo u app w allow port 80 and also port 443 is it HTTP at port. Okay, so done. So the next step we need to install Nodejs. Alright. So in Nodejs, if you want to see more documentation, the visit Nodejs download and package / manager. So for now, I just prepare this and very easy to copy that and install Nodejs. Okay, that is next tab. Copy that. Okay, so I'm going to resize my browser smaller. And I will add more extra font to my browser so you can see it's better on my tutorial. Okay, so resize smaller bit. Okay, so we done this now. You can check the Node version on your Ubuntu or by simple type Node and V and now the current version of Node.js installed. Wow, so next step is the MongoDB because we are using MongoDB for database. So, right, there is a documentation from official MongoDB if you want to follow. And here you can just copy this. Right. Right, next thing, copy that. Okay, and here updates. And next. Okay, done. And here now I want to start the MongoDB by this start by this command, this copy and paste right here. And now we start. Now default this is a port for MongoDB. And if you want to stop, and let's search zero service MongoDB stop, and or even restart. For now I don't want to stop it and keep it running. One more time we need to do install Nginx. Right, so let me explain a bit. So default here is our IP address. Alright, so in the next time our Nodejs can be run on port 3001. So that means alright, so our Nodejs port 3001. This is port of Nodejs, but we don't publish this port to anymore. Just keep it run is local. So that is the way we need to install Nginx, and so we can proceed to our backend. So and next time user can visit this IP address, or if you already point your domain to this IP address, so you can access the domain without any ports. Okay, so let's install Nginx. Copy that. Right. Install Nginx. Yes. Okay, so now the Nginx is already installed and it's easy to use. So now simply to run Nginx simple by command Nginx. Right. This means address already in user. So let's open this. Alright, but let's copy my IP address and run it. Right, so it's already start. So if I run again, so we can see any file. Oh, really cool. And if you want to stop Nginx, so simply run Nginx stop. So Nginx or simple sudo Nginx stop. And now we stop, and here now refresh the IP and no longer work. So again sudo Nginx. So now it should work. Okay, so that is how we start and stop Nginx. Alright, let's close this. Okay, so and also if you want to reload after you change the config in Nginx, right, and here is a folder we store Nginx config, and I will show you how to add a new config later in this video. Okay, so now it's time to deploy new app. So now I'm quit our VPS and quit this. Alright, so now I'm on my local computer. So I'm changing to CD tutorial. Now I'm going to clone this. This is a React chat app, and we did in this tutorial. So here I'm going to clone this. You can download the zip file right here, and even you can use a Git if on your local computer install Git. So simply can do by git clone this to chat app. Right, so and cd to chat app. So we got app and server. Now open this on my WebStorm. And to deploy it, we need to start the app and the backend server, and we need to fetch something. Okay, so the first thing you change to server, and so now you see in our server we don't have any nodes malware folder, so that means we have to do install the package, right? By npm install all dependent malware for our server backend. Okay, it's done, and now I'm going to start MongoDB on my local computer by MongoDB. Right, so here npm run dev, and to start the server, and we need to verify something. Again, open new tab on my terminal and change to app. And this is React app, and we need to install all the modules as well. So npm install. Okay, done. And we need to start the app, npm start. Okay, here's our front-end React app. And so begin to deploy this app to server, we need to configure something, because right, so the first thing I need to do is disable all the file we don't need. In this case, delete all clan 1, 2. And in the app router, I have an issue about so let me change this to React, and we don't see any warning. Again, for languages, JavaScript, and change to Reactjs, apply and OK. Right, I got one thing we need to do to verify about, let's see, in an API endpoint me, and we don't show up the password. Call back to the user, API me, and API channel. Right, user login. Right, this case. Now we got the token back from backend, and here I'm trying to use the Nodejs by unset right token and user.password. I don't want to show up the password to the user. Okay, so that's one problem. And the next thing, I disable all the console. Right, let's see what we got is console in connection. I believe we got something here. Alright, so we disable this because it's attaching, we don't need anymore. New channel create that unset this. Okay, so backend is that it's okay. Once again, I am going to configure in our React app. So let's see, the first thing we got the real time. We got a function connect when this is from localhost, but when we deploy to our server, it should be from the IP, right? So in this case, in the source folder, I'm going to create a new file. It's config.cs. So in the config, I'm trying to define some variable by a parse cars. Right, web shortcut URL equal. Let's copy that. So we got it. Cost production equal 4. This is by default the production equal 4 with working. So set it to 2 when deployed to the server. So that means we take WebSocket 0 if production and we return something, and otherwise let user localhost because this is our backend REST service on localhost. So on the server we got the IP address. Let's copy IP address or your domain. So in this case, WS or this is domain, or if you have ported your domain to our VPS on DigitalOcean, so you can enter your domain by simplify my domain, something like that. But for this tutorial, I don't have any domain, so let's use an IP address. So we got shortcut URL. So how we can use that? By import. All right. Let's copy WebSocket URL from. Right, it's the same. This real time is the same with config in folder. So config, and here we go ahead to use this WebSocket URL right here and replace this with socket URL. And here, when we change anything to in the config, we can change to production equal to and run build, and again copy a file to our server. Okay, for now let's give it a 4. So one more thing about I believe it's a service, and here we got service API URL, and here let's do it API URL in this case. So I parse cars API URL equal e-production, and we just keep that, and otherwise like that API. And here let's try this API. Okay, so let's copy our IP address, and if you have a domain, let's use a domain and HTTP right like that. And okay, so that is enough. If production, and we use a real IP or domain, and or the way we use localhost. Right, cool. So even I can do by cost domain equal. Let's use that. Let's copy the domain. For now, let's use that IP. And if you have any domain, if you have a domain, it's pointed to cloud server, to digital. Let's use our domain. Right, example, right, like that. So here, and I'm going to replace this with ES6, and here we got a domain. Right, same thing right here. Let's do that. Domain. Alright, cool. So the domain is and so now I believe we don't have to make any production and check this, because if is a production, return this, or the way we return localhost this IP or1 right that. And here let's replace this and post So that means we don't have to check this anymore. Okay, and again remove that. Okay, so that's WebSocket URL and API URL. And let's copy API URL into import as from config. And here we can overhead user API in this case. API URL and exactly this. So I don't want to change the API name variable here, so let's assign API URL to API URL from config file. Okay, so let's verify this in React app. So let's see if we have any error. So networks, let's make a login file, for example. It's on my local host, so it should be work. Sign in, so everything okay, right? So if I change it to production, now let's see, change to production, and now it should be the user's real IP. And now I'm trying to log in, it should not successful. 2, 3, and 4. So we got an error because our IP now is not running anymore. Okay, so the first thing needs to change to 2, and here let me show you how to start this started on Express.js. So let's get back to our server, and we got it is API REST service and localhost 3001, and this is a default of server REST service. So we got this. The first method is when we visit the rules of backend REST service. So I am going to remove that in app router. And so we got this. Let's remove this. And now, so if you refresh the browser, this cannot get because it's not exist anymore. So in the struct file folder of the server, I'm going to create a new folder in www. And here we put some HTML file. For example, I want to put an index file.html. HTML and place something by body and h1 welcome to my website, right? So refresh this, it doesn't work because we didn't make anything. So let's get back to index file, and here I believe we can do by start this wwws file user express. So how we do that? By simply app.user and /root and express.started, and we need to select a folder this by cars www folder or path equal. So we have to import path from path, and so we don't use this, so I believe we can remove this. Cool. So we got wf equal path.yarn. So dear name and with folder www. That, and here we can do by path. So w requires static path. So now refresh our root path. Now you should see anything. Alright, so let's see what happened. App.user express. Alright, I got something wrong. I just 3w and refresh. This is welcome to our website. Okay, so cool. And here, let's see our package.json. We got build is run build. So simply can do by open new tab on my terminal and change to server. Alright, so in this case I'm trying to stop the React for an app and we no need any error and just change to, and also I believe we can stop server as well. So for now we only open the MongoDB app only, so now server is stopped and so okay. So now how we do build, the first thing we need to do, build a server. Right, so change to our server and npm run build. So after run this, you should see the dig folder inside server. So in that case, that means now we can server this by run node this, and here our server should be running and open again. Now you should see the same thing, but let's see about checking the dig folder. Everything is built in and the app.roller is compiled to a new file, right? It's a Babel, it's automatically generated and compiled to our production. So let's see database file is changed. Everything's changed in the file, as you can see that. So we got add a file index file. I'm going to remove this, and now we don't need it anymore. So let's remove that and delete the dig file, and we are going to rebuild it. Rebuild it by stop again and npm run build. Okay, so we got a dig folder should be show up, right? Dig folder, and here is index file, and I'm changing into hello there. And now we serve this run a node this, and now you should refresh this, you should see hello there. Right, cool. This is how we compile our server in Nodejs to dig folder. And the dig folder, this is the final file we need to copy to VPS on DigitalOcean. Wow, so next thing we need to do is compile our React app to static file. So the first thing, to stop server and change to app folder and React folder and run npm run build. Okay, so the third thing, I need to stop it because I have one more thing to fix. That in the index file. Alright, index file, we got this. And this is for tagging, and we don't need it anymore. So let's remove this. Or even you can change it. Alright, import production, import. Alright, so we got the config file. Where is the config file? In the React app. Alright, we need to import to production, so we can do by export that, and we can use so in this case import production from config file. So we can check, right, if production and if not production, that's meaning that, and I believe that. Okay, so I think we can check it if not production, and then we import this. Right, but I think it doesn't work. So it's simply in this case we are going to, when we run it in production, we don't need this, and just uncomment it and remove this. Let's copy it. That's okay. And so when we deploy to server, remember to uncomment this. We don't need it in production. Okay, so now go ahead again at npm run build React app. It's done. Right, so let's see static file with a file and meta file. Okay, so we got so far so good. So it's a build file, it's a static file for our React app. So let's copy build file, copy all the build file. So this for icon index file manifest, let's copy that. Copy all file folder under build and copy that into backend server and to this file after we just build it. And in the index file, remember to delete index file and copy that and paste to right here. Okay, done. So now we need to zip this file to our server. So let's open this in our folder. And now in the dig folder, and we need to copy or obtain. Sorry, we need to copy that in our server. Copy stroke file, package.json, and dig folder. We don't need copy the node module because we can install it later. The zip all file. Now I need to compress this 3 file and change the file to deploy.zip file. So now we need to copy this deploy file to our server. So the first thing we need to do is that's right. So we need to open this new my terminal and log into our backend to our VPS at it is root and alright, let's copy my IP address, server IP address, copy that and again and enter your password. Okay, so I log in and change this to W. Okay, so now I'm going to create a new folder. Alright, I'm key there. For example, as I have a new domain. For example, this is example domain or any other domain. For example, this is a sample domain. So cd. Okay, so it's simple, and we got this is the final path for our new domain. So let's copy that. And here inside our local terminal, this is my local terminal. And remember drag here. So scp and drag deploy file to our terminal. Resize and to our server equal root. And let's copy again our IP address. And then slash and copy the path in our server. Right, this is our VPS and path right here. I remove duplicate slash. So remember add the colon right here after the IP address. Right, so should be again. Now I think it should act for the password. This is the VPS password, approved password. Again, copy that. Right, it's done. And change back to our cloud server, and we should see a deploy.js zip. Now unzip this file, and I think we have to install unzip package on Ubuntu. Now let's try it, and you can get an error. Yeah, zip file. Now we got an error, and here is a recommend. So let's do this by okay, done. So right again, let's copy but unzip this file. Oh, it's done. Again, now we got dig and package and add stroke file. Now go ahead to remove this. Okay, so now let's try. The first thing we need to do npm run install. But problem is, alright, let's get back to our document, and we have to run the build arsenal. Let's do this first, and that. Okay, so now go ahead to install all the module in the package file and npm install. Okay, so it's done. So all the malware in the package already installed. So inside our domain, so let's try to run the Nodejs. So simply we run node. This is our okay. So now nodes on our server is ready to view. So let's copy the IP and make sure you see the port 3001. And now let's see about this 3001. And now you can't view accept it because you remember about firewall config. You know this because we only allow the main port 80 and ports 443 only. So in this port, no, we are not allowed to access from outside. So for example, let's do it by stop the Node.js and by sudo u firewall allow port 3001. Right, so it's now this port is allowed to access from outside server. So again, run node this, and now you refresh this 3001. Now you can see the React app is running. Oh, let's see. Now you can see this. But problem is, we point the WebSocket to the port 80, and so we have to config in Nginx. So let me show you how to config a new sample Nginx. So let's get back to our documentation about Nginx. An example, remember Nginx config file is under etc Nginx and Nginx config. Right, so here is the sample of configs for Nginx and support WebSocket. So simply you can do by open this and follow your document and searching for, right, we got this document about WebSocket. So let's first thing we need to do is sudo u firewall, and we disable port, accept this port from outside, deny and 3001. So that means we are not going to allow anyone access this port from our server. Okay, so let's change to Nginx cd etc Nginx. So here is the default Nginx config, and we are not took on any this file for now. So let's change to site enable cd site enable. Right, we got the default, and for now I'm trying to remove default and remove. Right, and if you want to reload it, and by sudo nginx add reload or stop, right, stop it first. And now I'm going to make a new file config. It's my domain. Alright, so let's copy that server and proceed. And let me explain something. It's a root file, and we can place it in our folder, web folder, and location, and we proceed path. Remember our Node.js running in our localhost with port 3000. So we need pass from port 80 into backend to port 3001. So let's copy that. If your Node.js is changed to is running on different ports, remember change this. And this IP address should be kept. Do not change it. So let's copy that. Alright, so from icon keyboard, I played I and path this right here, and ESC and shift colon and right and quit again. Now we need to start again Nginx sudo Nginx. Now that Nginx start. Right, that's mean. Okay, so let's copy our IP address and browse this in server. We got a bad gateway because our Node.js is not running. So now you got it. Point is a bad gateway. So let's change back to our Node.js application. So cd to var ws. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to start Node.js chat application by simply try Nodejs. Alright, that's mean now refresh this. You got up running. And if you point your domain to this IP address, and now you go ahead and set your domain without any port 3 dialog, so it's running on port 80. So again, let's see, verify everything. It should work. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to create a new account, my email address. Now this is new on our server, so the MongoDB is empty and nothing. So we have to create a new account. Passwords, alright, should be create a new account. And email and password 1, 2, 3, and 4. Create that. So I got my account, and I should log out and create a new account. Alright, let's create a new account for Alex. So Alex, yes, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, done. So we got Alex and me, and now I'm going to restart this and open new Google Chrome and retype this again. So let's copy that IP address and open this on my Google Chrome. And on the Firefox we got this Alex, and here I'm trying to log in with me. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We log in that. Okay, so now from Google Chrome account, I'm going to create a new message to Alex. Alright, got Alex. Hi Alex. Are you ready to chat? Hit enter. Now you see on my Firefox, Alex should get a message, and here Alex respond to my message. Hi Don. Hi, how are you? And I'm ready to chat now. So this works really cool. And here on Google Chrome, I can see Alex online, and this is a feature with this. Okay, so that is how we deploy to Node.js and React application to DigitalOcean Cloud VPN. So I hope you understand this. And one more thing we need to do is, so remember from now, if I quit my terminal, again if I close this, and our application will be not return because we are running a node directly. So when we quit the command line terminal, so now Node's application automatically quits. So how to run a Node.js forever? So first thing we need to do, login back to our VPS. Alright, so add rules. Alright, an IP and my passwords. Okay, let's change to w and my domain. Alright, something draw cd. Okay, so now I'm recommend user npm2 in node package. So npm2. So I'm recommend to use np2. You can searching for Nodejs pm2, and you got this first. And so it's easy to use. So now let's do this by npm to install this. So to install npm2 package, very easy to npm install and global and install all global pm2. Okay, it's done. Now we got this. So we have to run pm2 start app.js, but now let's see what we can see in the dig file cd dig and the index. So remember one more thing I remember to you. So we merge run pm2 in our root of Node.js folder. That means in the root of folder you see the package.json, you see the Node's malware files folder. So you must run the Node pm2 in this folder. So for example, now pm2 this and index.js. Alright, sorry, I forget store. Okay, so it's done. Now I am going to quit my terminal. For now, this is first thing I'm not going to quit, and I will refresh our IP address, and should work. The app should work. Now you see that should work, and I'm going to close my terminal. And now it should work forever and until you stop this. Alright, it stop, and I quit my terminal, and now it works. And if you already point new domain name, for example your domain romantavian.com, to this IP address, you should accept or user or friend should accept this domain and make chats. Okay, so that is how we deploy a new React and Node.js to digital VBS, right? So I hope you can understand in this tutorial a bit, and see you in next video. Bye. Thank you for watching.